What's up, guys? What's up? All right, so yesterday I went ahead and I put a question, drop your question, and I wanted to make sure that we had a lot of questions to answer. So I was just like, you know what? We're gonna wait until tomorrow to go live. Hey girl from Switzerland. So I wanted to make sure that wish you and your family the best always. Thank you. I wanted to make sure that we had a lot of questions that I can go ahead and answer. I got a question about Queen Word. Ask away. So whatever questions you guys may have, definitely drop them here. But I also wanted to take the moment to remind you that if you have not taken advantage of the 12 days of fitness, I need you to go ahead and comment BB. Take advantage of it, you guys. I know it's a new year. We're literally coming towards the end of the year. And it's unbelievable. I have yet to finish my Christmas shopping. I have yet to go grocery shopping for what I'm going to be cooking for tomorrow. Literally, I am just I don't know what's happening. And I still want to go to the, my community gym to get in a quick cardio session. So anyways, to all my ladies out there, I hope everyone is having getting ready for the holidays. And most importantly, in the midst of the craziness, I hope that you're taking a moment to take a deep breath. I hope you're taking a moment to go out for a walk. I hope you're taking a moment to nourish your body. I've already had, my protein shake. Let's see. I want to go ahead. Okay, you guys are yeah, okay. About the Queen Warrior rep classes rolling out soon. When will it be available? Also, will there be new program with our classes too? So good question. For those of you that are part of the Queen Warrior community, we offer 1-hour classes and we also offer 30-minute classes. We are basically for the month of December sprinkling in at least 1 or 2 1-hour classes in between. And to answer your second question, in terms of rep, yes, we're actually getting ready for quarter 1 to film a new program. Okay, we're planning to film in new programs and also provide you other programs that we've put together, goal driven, and that are going to be rep based. So I hope that answers your question. Como va você? Qual país que você é? I am from Honduras. Well, my parents are from Honduras, but I was born in New Jersey. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into these questions. Let's see. Is it just working out classes? Okay, so the Queen Warrior live workouts, it is a virtual program for women only. It has been such an amazing time, just being able to be part of so many women's lives, to see so many transform their mind, their body is truly amazing. Like I mentioned, we offer beginner level to advanced level classes. We offer beginner, intermediate, advanced. We also offer HIIT workouts, strength workouts, bar, kettlebell. We offer, sometimes we do a blend of bar and Pilates. So we offer a variety of different classes so that you're not just getting bored. We do a lot of booty workouts. What else? We offer 30-minute. Also, we offer 1-hour classes. And for 2025, we're going to be doing more challenges. I know my girls love the challenges. So yes, we will be having more challenges. But right now, when you comment BB, you get access to our 12 days of fitness bundle, which is loaded, okay? Loaded. So if you're somebody that just wants to get a sneak peek of what it is to be part of the Queen Warrior community, this is the bundle for you. So make sure you guys take advantage of it because we're slowly wrapping that up. And I can't promise you that it will be available again, okay? You guys are so sweet talking about I look nice. I look crazy. I literally been sitting here in front of my computer taking care of some work items. I'm also trying to wrap up so I can run to the stores real quick and just pick up whatever it is that I need. Okay, so let's answer the questions. Okay, here it is. Ooh, you guys had a lot of questions. Okay, how do you stay consistent with your diet? It's so hard. First of all, I don't say I'm on a diet. I never look at it as a diet. I simply say I'm going to eat healthy. I eat healthy because a diet truly just has a beginning and it has an end. And I'm not here for, a quick fix. I'm not here for a quick weight loss. I'm here for true results. And so I just simply focus on eating healthy. Because when I eat healthy, I feel better, right? I've noticed that when I don't eat healthy, then I feel like shit. When I don't eat healthy, I operate different. When I don't eat healthy, I just it's different. My son is baño. So I just don't ever look at it as a diet. And so how do you stay consistent? It's like I mentioned, because it makes me feel good, then I'm less inclined to want to eat like crap. You know what I mean? I answered that. You can't receive questions when badges are on, but you can't show. Oh, come on. Okay. Next question is that just want to say thank you for your courage to always show your results. You inspire others. Thank you. You guys go to my gym. I'll wave next time I see you. Guys, please, if you ever see me, please do not hesitate to stop me and say hello. I love meeting people. I truly do love meeting people. So if you guys ever run into me, please just don't hesitate. I honestly feel like this weekend I ran into a Queen Warrior, and I think she said it really lightly. I can't remember, but I was just like, oh my God, hi. And I just walked into wherever I was going. But if that was you, I apologize. I just wasn't sure if you was just oh, that's the fitness girl. I don't remember. Okay, so how much do you weigh and my height? Okay, so I am about 139, 140 pounds. And I am only 5'3", so I'm not that tall. Yeah. Do you cater to clients with autoimmune diseases? So in terms of nutrition, when you do get the 12 days of fitness, if you have any specific diets that you're on, then you can write that on the questionnaire. And then we'll go ahead and put together a meal plan that caters to your diet restrictions. Let me see. 2 questions. You look 100% fire. What are your body measurements? What are my body measurements? I think I only truly just measure my waistline, and it's about 25 and a half. And then it's why don't you ever do a 360 in a bikini? I personally don't like to show my ass on Instagram. I just don't feel you know what I mean, it's okay to literally just be flashing my ass in front for everybody. I think you get the gist when you can see the front and you can see the side. So it's not my thing. So that's why. As you get more fit, have you noticed a difference in sexual drive? That's a great question. I always talk about that. And it's for a variety of reasons, right? When you start to work out, right, you begin to feel more confident, right? You begin to truly fall in love with what you're doing. Number 1. Number 2, you begin to start to see some sort of results in your body. And so that leads to you being more confident. And when you're more confident, then you're able to show up different to all the other things. One of them being intimacy. One of them being, your relationship with your partner. One of them being, your workspace, one being whatever it is. And so it truly just radiates and it pours into everything else that you do. And so that's why I always say to all the ladies out there, confidence is the thing, you know what I mean? And the only way that you can become more confident within yourself, it's when you start to work within yourself, you know what I mean? Meaning mindset, meaning being active. And then eating healthy, it just supercharges everything. And so that's why they all kind of go hand in hand together. How does it feel to know you changed the lives, to change your life and many others? I was actually just talking to my team about that this morning. And I feel that it's crazy. You know what I mean? I think it's something that I'm extremely grateful for. I would have never imagined that I would be able to have an impact, not just on a few people, but masses. Within like Queen Warrior, we've like had over 100,000 like women just come in through our platform, and it's like to know that I've like impacted all of their lives along with my team. To me, it's just like, it's just such an amazing feeling, number one. Number two, it just reminds me that I'm out here just doing God's work, you know, because I never had plans to be a trainer. I never had plans to be in this space. I was going to school. I wanted to be a pharmacist. I wanted to be within like, you know, the healthcare space. And it's just that didn't happen. And so, you know, I am just forever grateful. I look at all like our before and afters, and I look at all the messages that people leave, and I'm just like so humbled and grateful, you know. Are your measurements the same now as they were before your kiddos? No, absolutely not. I've actually gotten like a little more thicker these days. My hips are a little wider. My butt's lifted a little bit. My waistline though, like I'm not gonna lie, once I started to like get active and like train and all that stuff, like my waistline has remained about the same. I've always ranged between 24 to like 25 and a half. So will there still be 1 hour classes? I already answered that. And for the place you go, you stay in Mexico. I'd love to go there. I have to find that house in particular because I don't really remember. What advice do you have for growing the glutes and getting abs? Okay, first of all, my advice to you would be take advantage of the 12 Days of Fitness. It is a perfect program for that. It is loaded with just like nutrition guidelines, a customized meal plan, the Fab Abs program, the Fab Booty program. And these are like programs I literally put together because these are the things that I do. You know what I mean? So it's not just like, oh, let me just like wrap some workouts together. No. These are the things that I personally do. So if you're somebody that's like looking to like growing your glutes, growing your abs, I would say take advantage of that. It is also important that you are loading up on your nutrition, on your protein, right? So definitely take advantage of that. How long have you been running your business? So Queen Warrior has been running, we're about to be turning 5 years in March 23, 2025. So 4.5 years, a little bit over 4.5. Would you ever get body enhancement surgery? You know what? I would never. I feel like I'm too much of like a health freak in a sense of I'm always thinking about, okay, if I do like implants, and once upon a time, like I would consider doing like implants, like breast implants, right? Because I've always been like very like small chested. But then I would always think about like, why would I want to have like plastic just sitting inside my body? You know what I mean? Like if I'm not okay with having any, you know, contracept, like any, like, you know, birth controls or any of that stuff with inside of my body, like why would I be okay for carrying bags of salt inside my breast, inside my chest? You know what I mean? So to answer your question, not really. I'm always conscious that our bodies are not meant to have these things inside, you know. It's not normal. It probably, like, you won't see the effects of it until, I almost want to say until, like, it's a little too late, you know. Your weight, I'm about, like, 140 pounds. What else do you want to accomplish in the fitness world? You know, once upon a time, if you would have asked me that same question, I would have like literally said, oh my God, like I want to be in magazines and I want to be like all over the world and I want to do that. But not that I don't want to do that, but I feel like once you kind of like been in the space for a little bit, you start to kind of like shift your perspective on the things that like truly matters. And not that being on a magazine doesn't matter, or not that being on shows doesn't matter. Like those things are like really cool, and it helps to amplify your message. But I love what I'm doing within, you know, my space. I love that I get to like make an impact on a daily basis. One of the things that I want to continue to do is be able to like give back, you know, and do it on a bigger scale. I want to be able to continue to use Queen Warriors to like provide a better life for other women that don't have the same resources that we do. And so I'm more of like shifting more into a space of like giving back and like mission trips and just like that, you know. I've been on dozens of like podcasts. I've been on dozens of like news channels, ABC, CBS, NBC, Univision, Telemundo, People's Magazine. Like I can like literally list all the things that like I've been able to like accomplish. I was on the cover of Oxygen magazine. And then, you know, I've worked with like Warner Brothers, and, you know, I've done a segment with Dr. Oz, and my most recent one was Access Hollywood. And so like these things are like really cool. It's really cool that you get to like meet other people and that people get to see how like amazing you are. But like the reality is that all that just like fades away. And, you know, what doesn't fade away is the impact you get to make. And so like one of the things, that's what I want to just focus on, just like giving back. What do you think about Herbalife? I personally never used Herbalife. So I don't really think much of it, to be honest. I personally don't think that people should be spending so much money on all these like variety of like quote unquote supplements. I think it's very important that like people look into the ingredients and what they're putting into their body. Number one. Number two, I feel like if you're eating healthy, like you're loading up on like vegetables and having like lean proteins and sleeping, and your stress levels are low, like all these like additional supplements and subscriptions to products as such is not really like necessary. So that's my personal opinion. There's people that have had like tremendous results using Herbalife. Yeah, I've seen it. But I personally don't use it. So I don't really have like, you know, I don't really feel any like specific way about it. It's just not my thing. I like simplicity and I like things as natural as possible. And so if I don't know what I'm putting in my body, then I'm just not going to put it in my body. Can you help women lose weight who's over 40? Absolutely. Like when I tell you, this is my tablet, and it is like loaded of before and after of women, all ages, all sizes. You know what I mean? Like literally, you get the results because you committed. You get the results because you show up. You get the results because you're working hard. It's not so much of an age thing, you know what I mean? Like the only age restriction that I would say is like, okay, your body's not used to like moving like that, but it's gonna take some time because our bodies are like so freaking complex, but they adapt, and that's the most powerful thing. So I would say if you're somebody that's over the age of 40 and you're looking into like losing weight, do not be discouraged. Like it is possible for you. Absolutely, yes. What do you eat to build muscle? You know what? I keep my diet pretty clean, but one thing I do for sure is load up on protein. Introverted or extroverted? Oh my God, that's such a great question. And for a long time, I would always say like, yo, I am just such a big introvert. Like outside of like social media, outside of, if I don't have to do social media, I don't have to do like meet and greets. I am such a huge introvert. But recently I was like listening to a podcast with Layla Hermosi, and she was just saying like, why would we box ourselves? Which I was like, you're right. Why would I box myself, right? And she said, why would we have to tag ourselves introvert or extrovert when we just simply can say, you know what? I'm just not interested in certain conversations. You know what I mean? Because when I meet somebody that like we connect and we have good conversations, I'm rolling. Like we're having great conversations. So I just simply want to say like, it depends on the people that I come across. Like simply, I'm just like very selective on the conversations that are very engaging to me. So I would just leave it at that. I no longer consider myself introvert, extrovert. I just simply say, like, sometimes I'm just not interested in the conversations people are having. You know what I mean? Like, people just tend to, like, talk a lot of, like, shit and unnecessary stuff. And I'm just simply not interested in, like, let's talk about meaningful things. You know what I mean? Like, let's talk about, like, impact, and let's talk about traveling and our children and, like, marriage and growth and, like, our relationship with God. I don't want to talk about what you do around the way. I really just don't give a shit. Like, I don't want to talk about your friends neither, and I don't care to, like, be sharing much about other people. You know what I mean? So I would say the conversation has to interest me. How old I am 36. How can I motivate my spouse to take better care of herself? You know, that's a really great question. And I think it's very important that you have grace. I don't know if you have children, right? But, like, as women, I think sometimes it's very hard to admit when we're just, like, overloaded. We carry so much responsibility from the home. Like, everything that your significant other doesn't touch, they touch. Like, we touch. You know what I mean? So if you don't take care of bills, guess what? Your wife does. If you don't take care of grocery shopping, if you don't take care of the kids' school, if you don't take care of, like, emails from the kids' school, if you don't take care of doctor's appointment, guess what? Your wife does. And that takes a toll because it is a lot to, like, manage. It's like a computer with, like, a whole bunch of, like, tabs open. That's what my brain feels like. And so how can you motivate your wife? You have to, like, really just have grace and just remind her how beautiful she is, and just remind her that, you know, whatever it is that she wants to do, you will be there to support her. And why don't you just invite her to go out on a walk with you? Why don't we go out for a walk together? Like, why don't we start making this a habit? Or why don't we start eating healthy, right? And so when you kind of, like, put it on yourself, then saying you should start eating healthy, or you should start going out for a walk, it has a different response. So I would just say, hey, invite her to, like, go out for walks with you. Invite her to, like, make healthier meals with you, or, like, pass around different recipes. Hey, you know what, babe? Like, I saw this recipe and, like, you cook so good. Like, I would love for you to try to, like, make it. I want to be a little more conscious about what I'm eating. And so it kind of, like, shifts this, you know what I mean? It doesn't make her feel like, oh shit, like, am I not looking good enough for him anymore? What made you dive into health and fitness and 100% commit? That's a really good question. Because when I had Josiah, I have absolutely no plans on going into, like, health and wellness, like, in a sense of, like, being a trainer and, like, training people. And, like, this was not my plans. Like, literally, I went to school. I have a bachelor's in biology. I did 4.5 years, almost 5 years at Penn State. And I wanted to be a pharmacist. I worked at CVS Pharmacy for, like, about 2 to 3 years as a pharmacy tech, just to get myself familiar with the space. I loved it. And so this was, like, just never my plans, but just God just works in, like, mysterious ways, and God just has different plans for you. And so as I was just, like, going into, like, my own career, a good friend of mine at the time was just like, hey, she was getting into fitness, and she was just like, hey, like, you should come and work out with me. And so I started to, like, get into it, right? I would go with her to, like, these little boot camp classes, and it was just so amazing, like, to just kind of, like, optimize my body. And then I was like, damn, I really like the way I feel. And I just, like, got curious on it. And I was just like, let me go on social media to see if there's any women that look like me. Or maybe there's, like, moms that are, like, in a fitness space, that are, like, trainers. And I could not absolutely find not one person that I could say, like, yo, she looks like me. Her life is very similar to mine. And if she's doing it, then I can do it too. It was just like, everybody was just, like, very petite. It was a white girl, and she was already, like, super, and not that she was already, but she was super skinny. And I was just like, yo, my body does not even look like that. Like, you know what I mean? I'm thick, I'm curvy. They didn't have any kids. So I was just like, oh my gosh, like, this is not, like, not good for me. Like, I just cannot say, like, I cannot, like, find somebody that I feel that I can relate to, or I can just look at their page and say, oh, you know what, I'm going to start doing this, because if it worked for her, then it can work for me. And so I got into social media and I started to share a little bit of like how I would juggle, like, you know, trying to go to the gym and make healthy foods with my kids. And it just started to like pick up, and people would like resonate with it and send me messages. And I was just like, oh my God, I think I really like that. And so that's how it kind of just like led me there. But now I really just love what I do. I love teaching. I just say when people, you know, ask me what I do, I love to set women's soul on fire. Like, I am a firm believer that sometimes you just need one person to remind you of your greatness. Like, I don't need a whole crowd. You just need one person to like light you on fire so that you can just go on. And I'm a igniter. Like, I love what I do, and I love to be able to like speak life into women and just remind them like, hey, you are worthy. You know what I mean? Like, this is possible for you. And then, you know, you can truly do whatever it is that you desire. Like, greatness is truly on the other side of just like stepping outside of your comfort zone, and you have to be willing to do that. What do you do when the weight won't come off? So when the weight won't come off, like, I have to be able to see what I'm currently eating. And this just happened to me recently. Like, there was a little short period where I was working my ass off and I was not seeing the scale move at all. And so I was just like, okay, like, my training is on point. What am I eating that's like not allowing me to lose weight? And I realized that it was a freaking creamer, like my coffee creamer, a Chobani coffee creamer. Like, I don't really have like sugary shit. I don't eat processed foods. Like, I don't do dairy, but this coffee creamer is so freaking good that I was literally having like 4 to 5 cups of coffee a day just because this creamer was so freaking good. And I wasn't like weighing it, you know what I mean? Or I wasn't like putting a tablespoon and like pouring. I was just like, and so I was just like, yo, it has to be this shit. Like, it has to be this freaking creamer. Long and behold, I went off. I got rid of it. I cold turkey the next day, saying, don't buy this stuff anymore in my house. You know, I told my cousins. And I was like, because I'm not drinking it anymore. And they were like, wait, what's wrong? And I was just like, yo, this shit is like loaded with sugar. And so I went ahead and just removed it off my diet. And I like quickly just saw a shift in my diet. So I would say, like, go through your nutrition, what you're eating on a day-to-day, do a food journal so that you're able to like see, okay, like, I had too much sugar, blah, 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 blah. I'm drinking too much soda. And be honest with yourself, right? Because if you're not being honest with yourself, then let me tell you, you will not know what's going on. So that's how I was able to like pinpoint what was happening. How often do you work out? So I teach 2 times a week for Queen Warriors, and I work out 3 times a week. I do Mondays and Wednesdays for Queen Warriors, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. I do my own personal workouts. So technically, like 5 days? But like Mondays and Wednesdays, like, my body is just so used to that like I don't even think that's more like maintenance for me, to be honest. It's more like cardio. Nothing because you don't speak French. Actually, I took French literally my whole middle school. I took French all of middle school, and I took French all of high school. So I can read it. You know, can I speak it? Like, no, not cohesively. I sound like I'm a freaking amateur, but I can truly understand it. How will this work for people in the UK? Simply, it's very easy. If you're in the UK, like, you can still purchase the Queen Warrior. If you're not able to tune into the live workouts, you're always more than welcome to do like the on-demand programs. Will you come to Paris anytime soon? Oh my God, I would love to. I would love to. When are you coming to Dallas? I was actually in Dallas not so long ago. I was there for the Woman Evolve conference. Just want to let you know that you're a beautiful woman. Thank you. Are you 40? No, I'm not 40. How do I sign in my account to purchasing 12 days of Christmas? Send an email to info@queenwarriors.com. I'm always try training and follow your workouts from home. Can I lose extra weight? I'm 2 months pregnant though. You know, when you're pregnant, I wouldn't recommend for you to like try to like lose any weight. I would just focus on eating healthy and being active. What is my favorite holiday? It's definitely not Christmas because I'm literally over shopping. Like, I just don't understand, why do we have to spend so much money just for one day of buying things your kids and your families really don't need? How do you jumpstart your weight loss? I'm having a hard time starting to lose a weight. That is a great question. If you're looking to like jumpstart your journey, I would like honestly recommend starting with adjusting your nutrition. You know what I mean? Like, focus on including more vegetables into your meals. Focus on getting out there and exercising, right? That's really important. Like, and by exercising, I mean focus on going out for walks, right? If you have a Apple Watch, utilize your Apple Watch for what it's meant for fitness tracking. You know what I mean? Like, go out and make sure that you're hitting your like 10,000 steps. I would also focus on being consistent. Whatever it is that you decide to do, consistency is what's going to allow you to like be successful at that one thing. Show up even in the days that you don't want to show up. Show up even if it's just 20-30 minutes. Show up. That's the key. Consistency. You know what I mean? Change your diet, change your nutrition, remove any processed foods. I personally don't have dairy, like cheese, milk. I don't do that anymore. And I was able to like see a lot of like changes in my body. For example, cellulite, you know what I mean? That was like one of the things that I just drove me crazy. So when I shifted my diet, then I was able to like see that in my body. All right, guys, this has been great. I'm really happy that I was able to like answer these questions with you guys. Thank you so much for taking the time to like drop in your questions, your concerns. Again, I just want to remind you that our 12 days of fitness is coming to an end, and we just had such a great time going live Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And so thank you so much for joining. Remember that this is your season. You know what I mean? Like, claim it. Go out and remind yourself that you are great. Go out and remind yourself that you are deserving of feeling amazing. Go out and remind yourself that your health matters, right? And it's not about just being skinny and this and that. It's about being healthy. It's about being healthy. All right. I'm going to wrap up my work because I definitely got to get out there and pick up these last Christmas stuff. All right. Have an amazing rest of your day. And I love you and be great.